So I am all about experiences, and I will spend my money for an experience. And usually an experience is travel related, because I just feel like I get to rest and experience things at the same time. So in this video, I'm going to walk you through how much I spent in Miami, which was a very last minute trip, and some of the resources that I used to actually make this happen. So I went to Miami. Let me pick the story. I went to Miami a couple of months ago because I needed a break. Between the duplex deal and just everything that was going on from work and just a lot of personal stuff, I needed a break. And Miami is a city that I'm very familiar with. And when I say Miami, I'm speaking of South Beach in particular. I've been plenty of times. Like, I feel comfortable to go alone. So I'm gonna walk you through how much I spent as a solo hot girl in Miami. So I ended up booking the ticket at the end of March. And I spent $400 total on the flight and the room. So I flew Spirit and I stayed at the Kimpton South Palomar Hotel. I'll put a screenshot of my itinerary somewhere on the screen. And I spent a total of $400 for both of those things. Now I did go midweek, but like I said, I booked very last minute for an April trip, and I don't mind flying on Spirit, because I know some of y'all too bougie for Spirit. Now I'm gonna do Spirit for a short distance. Miami's only 2 hours from here, so I flew Spirit, and my ticket was what, $60, $70, and then the rest of that money went to the hotel. And I booked on Expedia, so the screenshot should show you that. And Expedia is the GOAT for those package deals. Like, it was just me. I thought it was too last minute to try to coordinate with somebody else, and really I just needed my own Eat, Pray, Love experience. So $400 total for the room and the flight. And like I probably put a video somewhere on here as well to show you what the Kimpton looked like. If you are familiar with the Kimpton, it's a really nice chain. Like, I wanted where I slept to look nice. Like, I'm not gonna cut corners on the hotel. I may cut corners on the flight that I'm only on for 2 days, 2 hours, but I'm not gonna cut corners on a 2-night stay. So it was a 3-day, 2-night stay in Miami in April, which is the start of spring season. And I was expecting sunshine, child. It was raining. It was so depressing for 2 of the 3 days, but on day 3, that sun came out and I was able to enjoy Miami to the fullest. But I still enjoy Miami. So $400 for room and board. I'm booked. I'm going in a week or two, basically, to Miami. So once I got to Miami, I needed to get from the airport to South Beach, which is where my hotel was. So I was gonna Uber there, but because the rain and the weather was so bad, like, they had surge pricing, which means that they charge you a lot more than what they normally would for a regular ride, which is usually like $25. Like, I've done that route too many times. So I'm like, y'all charging $60, $70 to get to South Beach, which is 20 minutes away. Get somebody else to do it. So I also, because I've been to Miami so many times, I've taken the bus from the airport to South Beach before, and the route for that is the M150, I believe, and that takes you from the airport to South Beach. So that was around $3.50. And I don't want to say it's a straight shot, but it is about 20 minutes as well. It took a little longer, again, because it was really raining, but I'd rather pay that $3.50 and know that I'm going to be right at my hotel than to pay $70 and I just got to Miami. Like, that just didn't sit well with my spirit. So yeah, after that, I check in at the hotel. I'm really early. I took the first flight out, so I was like praying on the way there, like, please let my room be ready, because I'm ready to lay down and take a shower and just do nothing, because the rain was already raining. So I had the interior room at the Kimpton Palomar, and I'll do the video right here, not in the other place, because it was just too much back to back. And why I chose the Kimpton is, number one, I'm familiar with the quality of the place. Like, I'm gonna lay my head somewhere nice. Like, it ain't gonna be the Ritz, but it's gonna be nice. And so I was very happy with it. And I was also happy with the amenities. So not only was it in a central location, like on South Beach, they also provided complimentary bikes to bike around, which I love to do. Like, I love experiences. and it saved me money from taking an Uber or walking everywhere. They also had a complimentary happy hour, which had free wine and free beer. I didn't make it to any of that because I was in the streets, child. But that was a nice add-on. And then also it was across the street from a Trader Joe's. So just in case I didn't want to go out and sit somewhere, like I could go to Trader Joe's, give me a little wrap or whatever, which I did on day 2 because it was raining very hard. And I'm gonna tell you what I did on day 2. But basically I was basically at the hotel because it was raining and it would be off and on. So I did make it to the beach that day, rode my little bike, and it was about a 15-minute bike ride, which was really, really nice. And I was already familiar with the area, but then it started raining. So I'm like, you know what? I'm hungry. Let me go find something to eat. So I had Googled this Jamaican place because the Jamaican food in New York and Florida is top notch. I don't know where y'all at. I don't know where y'all had Jamaican food, but I have been around the world and and nothing touches good Jamaican food in the States like New York and Florida. South Florida in particular, Brooklyn, New York in particular for New York City. So I was eager to give me some good Jamaican food because they ain't got it like that in Texas, which is where I live. So I found this place because most of the places aren't even in South Beach. You got to go into Miami or go to Fort Lauderdale. And I didn't want to do all that Ubering and stuff. So I found this place, but as you know with Jamaican, child, they don't open till the afternoon. Like, and they won't answer their phone. Like, it's just horrible customer service with this amazing food. So I found this place. I was drenched by the time I got there because it started raining. I'm on a bike, right? So I get to the Jamaican spot, which is in this food hall. And of course, they're not there, child. Even though I looked on Google Maps, which is my mistake. I should know this. Don't go by Google Maps, girl. Try to call them. So I'm stuck. I don't want to go outside. And I ended up meeting this super cool bartender because there was this bar in the center of the whole food hall. So I am just over it. I'm just figuring out what I'm going to eat. But by then I need a drink, child. It's probably noon. So he like, yes, have a seat. I'm open. Like, I'll make you a drink. And so I ended up being there for hours. Like, I ended up finding this pizza joint in the food hall, and the pizza that I got was like $20. It came up to around like 19, so I'm just rounding up to 20. And then again, I'm sitting at this bar chopping it up with this bartender. More people came to just escape the rain, and he was just making us a bunch of drinks for free. I ended up only being charged for like 2 of the drinks, and I had at least 5 or 6. So $20 for that, $20 for my pizza. And when I got back, actually, so before I even left that bar, because he was so cool, he was like, hey, like, I'm going to this event tonight. You want to come with me? And I'm like, sure. Like, I got all the details, and we ended up going there. So he picked me up from my hotel, and we went to this event, and it was super cool. Like, I'm really glad I went. And the rain finally stopped, but like, oh, I was so irritated. So I didn't have to pay for the Uber. He paid for it. They had drinks there. There was a little bit of food there, or a lot of bit of food, actually. They ordered some food, and we just had a good night. And he wanted to hang out after, but I was just exhausted from all the rain and the drinks. So I took an Uber early to go back home. And it was in the Frugal area, which is right across the bridge from South Beach. So my Uber was like $16. Like, it wasn't even that bad. And I gave a tip, so it ended up going up to $20. And then my total for the day, so it was $400 for the flight. I'm not going to include that for day 1. So it was $350 to get to the hotel. It was $20 for my drinks, $20 for the pizza. I ended up getting some snacks from Trader Joe's when I got back from having drinks earlier that day because liquor makes me hungry. So I spent $10 on just some little chips and stuff to nibble on before I went out to drink more. And then the Uber from the party was $20. So the total for day 1 was $83.50. Hopefully I could calculate that on the screen. So that is day 1. Made it home safe and sound. I'm resting, took a shower, knocked out. Day 2, scattered showers again. So I'm trying to enjoy life while it's not raining, but for the most part I didn't really even go anywhere. So I slept in and I went to Trader Joe's. Again, it's right across the street. And by the time I woke up and got dressed, I ended up just getting lunch. So I skipped breakfast, and for lunch I had a wrap, I had some chips. I got a bottle of rosé because I knew I wasn't really going anywhere for the next couple of hours, and I was just gonna lay in bed and have me some drinks and a salad. So that totaled around $23 from Trader Joe's. And then I just rested for the rest of the night, not the night, the rest of the day, because I wanted to go to happy hour later that evening at Bar 1, which is Peter Thomas's restaurant. So I rested from basically like 12 to like 5. I got up 5 to be dressed by 6 so I can make it to happy hour. So once I got there, it was raining again, but I was like, I don't care. I'm about to be cute. I ain't been cute in 2 days. Like, I came out here to be cute and be in the sun. All my outfits are giving, and I couldn't even wear them. So I was like, I don't care. I'm wearing it. I put on some heels. I had on my cute little outfit. Maybe I'll put a picture somewhere on the screen. But yeah, I was like, I'm about to be cute. So I get to Bar 1. Heads turning, baby, because they're like, oh, she's cute, she must not be from here, because she said I'm about to be cute, you know. So I'm at the bar just chopping it up with the bartender again. Like, I'm a big fan of just sitting there chopping it up with bartenders. That's how you get the good drinks, okay? Like, be kind. Don't be forcing the kindness, just be naturally kind. So I ended up getting 2 drinks, one on the house, because the chef was checking for your girl. And then I ended up getting 3 apps, apps meaning appetizers. And the total was around like $75. Now, if you know anything about Bar 1, you may think that's a lot of money, but Bar 1 is basically like an upscale restaurant. Like, it's like it was cute in there, and the outside was also cute. Like, I'm actually impressed with what Peter has done. I've never been to any of his restaurants, but like, it was giving. It's a wonderful location. It's overlooking the bay. Like, it has a cute little outside area, which turned out really nice after the fact. Like, the sun actually came out and stayed out for the rest of my trip, for like sunset. So I was like, oh, this is beautiful. And again, the chef was checking for me, so I got a lot of free food too, in addition to that free drink. So my total was around like $75, and again, that's for 2 drinks that I actually paid for, and then 3 appetizers, which was like wings and just different stuff, some mac and cheese and some salmon bites. Like, everything was actually really good. And then he made me like a jerk chicken and rice and rice and peas and cabbage little concoction, because I complained that I couldn't find no Jamaican food, and he happened to be Jamaican, so he was like, oh, I got you, I'm about to make you something, like, it's on the house. I said, bet, that's what I like to hear. Okay, so $75 for that. I forgot to tell you, the Uber to get to Bar 1 was around $10. It was literally walking distance from my hotel, but because it was raining, I had on heels, baby wasn't walking. So $10 to get there. Another $11 to get from the Uber, because I didn't want the night to end. I'm like, I'm about to go somewhere because I look cute. Another $11 to get from Bar 1 to this hookah lounge, which was cool. I just sat there and it was all right, actually. I probably should have went somewhere else, but it was close to my hotel, so I was like, I'm ready to go. Like, I had a good night. I met people at Bar 1. Like, it was a good little situation. So another $10 from this hookah lounge to my hotel, showered, went to bed. So the total from that day, $25 for the Trader Ho stuff, $75 at Bar 1, $10, well, actually $31 for all of the transportation, and so that totaled $131 for day 2. Day 3, my final day, I was leaving that evening. The sun woke me up, baby. I said, finally, it has happened to me right inside of my face, whatever that song is. So anyway, I biked to the beach. Like, I didn't even wake up and eat. I was like, I'm going to the beach just in case the weather changes. I put on my swimsuit and I was at the beach in 15 minutes, and it was perfect. Actually, it wasn't perfect because it was a lot of sarcasm, but just to have the sun, like, I took so many pictures. I'm gonna try to put them somewhere on the screen. Like, I was just loving it. I was loving it, and I knew I needed to check out at 11, but I convinced them to let me check out at 12, so I'm at the beach around like 9:30. Like, I was not kidding, and I stayed out there for like 2 hours, and the sun just rejuvenated me. Like, that was why I went to Miami, like, to get some rest and get some vitamin D. So that was free. Biking to the beach was free because they provided free bikes. Then on my ride back, I stopped at McDonald's because I didn't want to sit. I knew I needed to go shower and pack, and girl, I didn't do none of that. So I just grabbed some McDonald's across the street from my hotel, $5. Checkout was noon, and my boat ride, I think it was at like 3. So I was like, let me just go hang out on the rooftop. Oh, I forgot to tell you about the rooftop. The rooftop was roofing, baby. So I met some new people up on a rooftop. And they had drinks, so we was just kicking it. Like, I kicked it with them for like an hour. Because I had checked out and I wasn't in a rush to get to the boat. It was in a different part of Miami. So I kicked it with them, free 99, had some drinks. And then I took an Uber from the hotel to the boat. So my Uber from the hotel to the harbor area was like $19. And then from there, I got on the boat, and the boat I had already booked on Groupon, and it was like $30 for like a 2.5, 3 hour ride through the Miami city, and it was beautiful. It was worth it. Like, I'm a boat girl. I'm a yacht girl. And when I found that deal in Miami, that was the only thing I had on my list. I had a few things: Jamaican food, beach, and a boat. That was it. And I got all three. So after that, I had worked up an appetite. I had only had McDonald's, and you know that stuff just runs right through your child. So I went to happy hour in the area of Miami that I was in. I don't know what that area was called, but I really liked it. It had a strip of bars and restaurants, stores. Like, it was one of those kind of little outdoor shopping malls. So I found this Cuban restaurant. I also love Cuban food. I'm gonna eat. If I do nothing else, I'm gonna eat. So I got there in time for happy hour, because the boat ride was only 2-3 hours. So my flight wasn't leaving till like 9 or 10. So after that, I went to happy hour. It was walking distance from the boat, because it was this outdoor shopping center. And I got ceviche. I love ceviche. Ooh, I want some ceviche today. Why am I gonna get that? Anyway, ceviche, wings, and I think that was it. And then I had 2 margaritas, which were very good. So that total was around like $37. That wasn't on no bar one hype. It was a regular restaurant, and everything was really, really good. Sat at the bar again and just enjoyed my food before my flight. So by then, it had started raining again. I said, you know what, that's fine, because I'm on my way out. So I took the Uber from this little art area and took it to the airport, and it was $26. So the total for that day was $117. So all in total, $400 for my room and flight, and then $332 for all the activities that I just walked y'all through. So the total for that 3-day, 2-night trip was $732. Like, you can do Miami on a budget. That's less than $1,000, y'all. And it was just me. I didn't split that with anybody. It was just me. And I had a blast. Like, I met so many cool people. Like, and it's just something about people, when you by yourself, they just extra nice. And granted, I didn't tell them I was by myself. I had my stories made up, because I just don't trust folks like that. But it was really nice. So if you are looking to, again, enjoy your life and live life on a budget, like, you can definitely make it happen. Like, I highly, highly encourage you to do something that brings you joy this summer or at some point this year. So thank you for watching, and let me know if you like these breakdown of these videos, because I'll definitely do more. Like, I have Tulum one I can do, and I'll soon have one for Colombia that I can share as well. So see you on the next video, and I'll talk to you next time.